Last night, Kofi followed a mysterious voice into the whispering forest. Then, his lantern went out. What happened next would change his life forever. Kofi couldn't remember how he got there. His clothes were covered in mud. His lantern was broken. As he stood up, he realized something terrifying. There were footprints around him, but none of them were his. Someone had been walking around him while he was unconscious. Through the thick fog, a beautiful African woman wearing a long white dress appears between the trees. Her face is calm, but something feels wrong. Then Kofi saw her. A woman stood silently among the trees. She looked human, but when the morning sun shone through the forest, Kofi noticed something impossible. The woman had no shadow. She smiled gently, then she whispered, "You came back." Before Kofi could speak, she disappeared into the fog. Kofi runs back to the village and tells the village elder everything. The elder becomes pale. He slowly opens an old wooden box wrapped in cloth. Inside is a faded black and white photograph. The elder sighed deeply. I hoped this day would never come. He showed Kofi an old photograph taken over 50 years ago. Standing in the picture was the same woman. She hadn't aged. The elder whispered, "She has been calling people into the forest for generations." The villagers gather in panic. A young hunter has disappeared. Only his bag and sandals are found near the edge of the forest. Fear spread across the village. Another person was gone. No screams, no blood, only silence. And once again, footprints led into the whispering forest, but none came back. Determined to uncover the truth, Kofi enters the forest again. This time, he follows strange symbols carved in trees. They lead him to a hidden cave behind a waterfall. Inside, hundreds of old lanterns hang from the ceiling. Some are rusty, some look new. Every lantern belonged to someone who had disappeared. At the end of the cave, a deep voice whispers, "You are too late." The mysterious woman steps out of the darkness. She smiles, then points behind Kofi. He slowly turns around. His missing father is standing there, but his eyes are completely white. Kofi searched for his father for 10 years, but when he finally found him, the man standing before him no longer looked human. Kofi slowly walks toward his father. His heart raced. "Father, is that really you?" The old man slowly lifted his head. His face looked the same, but his eyes were completely white. He spoke in a cold, unfamiliar voice. "You should never have come here." Before Kofi could move closer, the cave shook violently. Rocks began falling from the cave ceiling. Kofi runs through narrow tunnels. The cave echoed with strange whispers. Lanterns swung wildly. The mysterious woman in white appeared at the end of the tunnel. She didn't chase Kofi. She simply watched him. As Kofi escaped into the forest, he heard one final warning. You cannot escape what has chosen you. The village elders gathered beneath a large tree at sunset. Kofi told the elders everything he had seen. This time, they could no longer hide the truth. The oldest elder spoke. "Long ago, our ancestors made a promise to protect this village. But that promise came with a terrible price. For generations, the forest has demanded a guardian." The villagers lowered their heads in silence. The elders lead Kofi deep into the forest to a forgotten stone shrine covered in vines and ancient carvings. At the center of the shrine stood an old wooden staff. The elder pointed to it. Only the chosen one can touch it. Kofi reached out. The moment his hand touched the staff, a bright light burst across the forest. The whispers stopped. For one brief moment, everything became silent. The silence is broken by a loud cracking sound. The ground begins to split. Dark smoke rises from beneath the earth. The woman in white appears again. This time, she is afraid. She whispers, "He is awake." From deep beneath the ground, a gigantic shadow slowly rises. The trees begin to shake. Birds flee into the sky. Even the elders fall to their knees. Kofi grips the ancient staff as the enormous shadow steps forward from the darkness. Its glowing eyes lock onto him. Lightning tears across the sky. The giant shadow stands among the trees. While Kofi grips the ancient staff, the villagers watch in terror from a distance. The creature beneath the whispering forest has awakened. But the greatest secret isn't the creature. It's who has been protecting it all these years. The enormous shadow slowly steps into the moonlight. It is not fully human and not fully spirit. Its deep voice echoes through the forest. Kofi expected the creature to attack. Instead, it spoke. "Bring the staff back. It does not belong to you." The ground trembled with every word, but Kofi refused to let go. The mysterious woman in white walks toward Kofi. Her expression is filled with sadness rather than anger. For the first time, she told the truth. "My name is Adowa. I am not the one who traps people. I have spent generations keeping that creature imprisoned." Kofi stared at her in disbelief. "If you are protecting us, then why have so many people disappeared?" Tears filled her eyes. They entered the forest after being warned not to. The creature took them.
"My name is Adwoa. I am not the one who traps people. I have spent generations keeping that creature imprisoned."
If you're protecting us, then why have so many people disappeared?
"They entered the forest after being warned not to. The creature took them."
Kofi's father steps out from behind the trees. His white eyes slowly return to normal. The ancient staff begins to glow. Its light surrounds Kofi's father. Slowly, the white color fades from his eyes. He falls to his knees. "Kofi, I've been trying to find my way home." For the first time in 10 years, father and son embrace. But their reunion lasts only a moment. The giant lets out a deafening roar. A powerful shockwave tears through the forest. Trees begin to fall. Small fires break out. Villagers run in panic. The prison was breaking. Every second, the creature grew stronger. The elders shouted, "If the seal is broken before sunrise, the entire village will be destroyed." Kofi looked at the glowing staff, then at his father. He realized there was only one way to stop the creature. Kofi walks alone toward the ancient shrine. The woman in white silently follows him. The elders bow their heads. The oldest elder whispered, "Every guardian must make one final sacrifice." Kofi asked quietly, "What sacrifice?" The elder closed his eyes. "You must choose. Save your father or save the village." Kofi stands before the glowing shrine holding the ancient staff. On one side stands his father, on the other, the terrified villagers. The creature moves closer with every step. Kofi closes his eyes.
Kofi had only seconds to decide. Save the man who gave him life, or save the hundreds of innocent people who called him family. His choice would change the village forever. Kofi looked at his father with tears in his eyes. His father placed a hand on Kofi's shoulder. "My son, don't choose me. If this village falls, our family name dies with it." Kofi shook his head. "I've already lost you once." His father smiled. "And that's why you must let me go." The oldest elder revealed an ancient scroll hidden beneath the shrine. The elder unfolded a weathered scroll. It revealed a truth buried for centuries. The giant spirit had never been born evil. Long ago, he was the village's greatest protector, but betrayal by greedy men cursed his soul. Since then, he had wandered the forest in endless anger. Kofi realized the creature didn't need to be destroyed, it needed to be freed. Kofi walked toward the giant spirit, holding the glowing staff high above his head. The villagers screamed for him to run, but Kofi kept walking. He stood before the towering spirit. Instead of attacking, he lowered the staff. "I don't come to fight you. I came to end your pain." The spirit stopped. For the first time, its eyes filled with sorrow instead of rage. Golden light surrounds the forest. The curse begins to break. The giant spirit slowly transformed into the image of the ancient warrior he once was. He smiled. "Thank you." The dark clouds disappeared. The fires went out. Birds returned to the trees. The whispering forest became peaceful once again. The mysterious woman, Adwa, slowly faded into the light. Her duty was finally over. The villagers celebrate, children laugh. Kofi and his father stand together as the sun rises. For the first time in generations, no whispers echoed through the forest. No one disappeared. The curse had been broken. Kofi's courage had given the village a new future.
This is only the beginning.
If you enjoyed this African Suspense series, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Afromotion Stories, and let me know in the comments if you like a brand new story with even bigger mysteries.